Would you like to learn what separates high-performing GP trainees compared to those who struggle when it comes to challenging and complex cases? It all comes down to negotiation. GP trainees who do well in challenging cases are great negotiators. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 common mistakes that GP trainees make when it comes to negotiation. The first mistake is not listening to the patient, not listening actively, and not really understanding where the patient is coming from when a patient is making an unrealistic request. When you're negotiating, it's very important that you think from the other person's perspective. Why does Mr. Smith request a CT head scan? What is the underlying reason for the request? When you understand the reason why Mr. Smith might be demanding for a CT head scan, then you might be able to help this situation, because let's say Mr. Smith is worried his cousin was recently diagnosed with a brain cancer. That's understandable. If you don't know this, then you won't be able to manage that request. But if you understand where he's coming from, then you will be able to explain why you don't think this is a brain cancer and explain what are the alternative management that you could provide. Mistake number 2 is confronting the patient directly. Some GP trainees feel like when they're confronting the patient, that's going to help the situation, but it actually can escalate the situation. If you're finding yourself with a patient who is requesting something that you're not prepared to prescribe, then it's very important that you don't confront the patient and make the patient feel uneasy about their request. Let the patient know that you're on the same side as them. You're trying to find a solution together and help them with the problem. By having a collaborative approach as opposed to confronting the patient, you might find that you progress the consultation. It's very important that you let the patient know, and the patient needs to trust you to be able to do that. That's why it's so important that you listen to the request and are curious about what the patient is asking before you start telling the patient what you think is going on and make a plan. But if you don't listen to the patient, you're not going to build credit with the patient, and they're probably not going to listen to you. They're just thinking that you're being difficult and you're refusing the request. Whereas when you listen to the patient, understand where they're coming from, and showing that you're on the same team, then you might find that the consultation might go in the way that you want it to. So if you don't think that Mrs. Jones needs any sleeping tablet, but she is adamant that she needs some sleeping tablet, then it's important that you provide an alternative solution that's going to help her problem. Otherwise, if you're just declining her request, then she still have got that problem, and that problem is not solved. To be able to find a solution, it's important that you explain what might be helpful and offer an alternative to your patient that might satisfy her request, even though it's not what she initially wanted. But then when you explain the reason, the pros and cons of sleeping tablet and the risk of dependence, then provide an alternative solution, the patient might be more open to agree with the plan that you decide together. If you found this video useful, you might want to watch the next video in which I show you how to manage a challenging clinical encounter. In this video, you will see me consulting an angry mother. Click the video to watch it. I'll see you on the other side. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.